Hello, I'm back with the final recap of Life Interrupted Navigating the Unexpected by Priscilla Shirer. I started reading this book about 3 weeks ago and I finally completed it today. This is a 5-part book and it's really a study book and it's 5 parts to it. And it uses the story, uses Jonah as an example. And it talks about, the whole story of Jonah, how Jonah basically ran in the opposite direction in what God was trying to tell him to do. And, how sometimes we're called to do things and we run in the opposite direction. And when we do, we end up leading right back to God anyway. And, she talks about interruptions in our life that God sometimes causes interruptions, and we shouldn't look at them as setbacks. They're divine interventions. And anyway, in this last chapter, she has, because basically what this book is doing is getting you ready for the 7-week Bible study for Jonah. But in this last chapter, after you have completed the 5 parts, we have 214 pages. This is a little something that she says at the end of the book after you've completed all 5 parts. Is that my hopes is that you will walk away from these pages of this book with a different perspective on life's interruptions. As we've seen with the prophet Jonah, they can be surprisingly divine interventions. There are so many similarities between us and Jonah, between his story and ours. I have no doubt that the more deeply you dig into his life, the more clearly you'll see your own life and circumstances. Now, she has written a Bible study to help you do this. And she's included a sample from the 7-week Bible study for you to get started on this journey. So she has a little sample in the back of the book. And so, I'm always excited when I'm learning something. And so, I am learning a lot from reading her books. This is like my 3rd book because I read Fervent and I learned a lot from Fervent. That's the one that got me started. Then I read God's Able, and then I picked this up, which is Life's Interrupted. And I completed this today, so now I'm ready to start my 7-week of Jonah. And so I have a few more of her books that I'm reading. My plans is to go through her whole library of book because I'm an avid book reader, and I like learning. And so we grow when we learn, and when we read, we grow. When we learn something new, to mature as a Christian, you have to continue, It's never a non-stop thing, And she talks about that, but not in them words in this book. So I am excited. I think Ms. Schreier's books are wonderful for the younger generation and especially for a woman's Bible study. They're easy to follow and it's easy to understand. So I have no more to say until I start doing Jonah 7-week Bible study. And I hope some more people will join me in this Bible study. And so I have started a book club, and it's called Fabulous 44, where I'll probably start inputting my YouTube videos of my book club on YouTube. So you can find them. You can also find me on Periscope. I am a caregiver. You can find me on Instagram, Fabulous44, and you can find me on Twitter. I'm a caregiver, and you can find me on Snapchat, Fabulous44. Thank you.